Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen again. Still working on that drawing for my daughter. It is in pen, and pen takes a while. So, whenever I get closer to being finished, I'll give you guys a peek at that. For those who are new here, my name is The Convicted Christian. I am 7 years clean. I did almost 10 years in prison, and now I am free and off parole and doing the best I can. Uh, Today is going to be a little different. Um, since I am putting out more content, there's going to be a lot more kind of off the cuff stuff. Just things that are floating around in my mind before I press that record button. And today, I think I want to talk about a part of the old me that I have learned to let go of and not allow it to be such a destructive part of what led me to prison and what led me to do some not so great things when I was in prison, and what ultimately, when I was able to let go and forgive and forget, um, helped me stay pretty straight and narrow when I was in and now that I'm out. Before we get started, if you could please subscribe, comment, and share. I know you hear it from everybody, but if you hear it from everybody, there must be a reason. And I don't, I don't, I don't. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for glory. I'm just hoping that my little stories and my 5 little steps can really help someone else like it helped me. You know, there is a plethora of amazing men. I mean, amazing men that are behind bars. Yes, did they do something wrong? Absolutely. Do they need to earn trust back? You're dang right. But that doesn't change the fact that they do want to change. And they do want to be good fathers and good husbands and good men. And they want to get out. Well, if you're one of those men, or if you know one of those men that are out and they're struggling, shoot them my video. Send it their way. You know, I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything that everyone's going through, but I know what I went through. And I know that now I'm out. My life, it's not boring. It's not lame. Um, there's a lot of things I don't do anymore, but there's a lot more things that I can do. And I can do them without any regret, shame, or hurt in my heart for it. Um, that's what I do these videos for. I do it. I do it to help people that are struggling like I was in between times in prison. You don't have to go back. You don't have to be the old you. You can still be true to yourself and not make the choices to go back to prison. It's it's not the easiest thing, but it can be done. Um, Something that used to really make it difficult to do. Sorry, I have a new microphone, so hopefully this sounds a little bit better than my old audio. Um, I'm just making sure it's working. Something that used to really alter how um, I made choices and the decisions that I made was fear. You know, not any type of fear in particular, but just fear. Some of it was fear of getting in trouble. Some of it was fear of losing people. Fear of sometimes getting to know people. People that maybe understood me a little too well, and I didn't want them to be able to see who I really was and what I was really going through. Because I'm a big strong dude. I'm nothing needs to bother me. That's what I used to think, and that fear would ultimately lead almost exclusively to me running away, like full on. Maybe not physically running away, but I would emotionally, mentally run away from the situation. I would find a way out of it. And I would make sure that I burned every bridge along the way so that I could never ever have the opportunity to be in a spot that could hurt me like that again. And um, it ended up leaving me quite alone. And at this time, I hadn't learned how to be alone without being lonely. And so I just ended up being lonely, and that ended up becoming a comfort, because it was normal for me. And so then I started running from people because I was afraid that I wouldn't be lonely, because I know how that feels. I know how to handle that. And so that was something that had a very big grip. Oh, fear of accountability. My very first step that I had to work on, accountability. Um, because unbeknownst to a lot of people who thought that I was just a screw up, I was honestly trying. Most of my life, I have honestly tried. I've tried to be the good guy. I tried to be the good student. I tried to do what people needed of me to please people. I wanted to be the best I possibly could. And I had this irrational belief that I could do it the first time. I could be absolutely perfect the first time. And when it wouldn't happen, before I could even get the reaction of the people I was trying to impress, I took off, you know. And in the process of running led to a lot of my bad choices that led me to prison, stealing cars, getting into fights with cops. Um, a lot of that running away got me into trouble. And that fear would put me in situations where I either had to face what I feared the most, which I obviously wasn't going to do, or I would be running, or I had to make a choice that compromised my morals, and I compromised them so much that up and about around the end of me being that way, being that criminal mindset, I didn't really have any true morals anymore. Well, fast forward, go through a bunch of programs, go through some soul searching. There's still fear, but it's a different kind of fear. I don't know. I don't know how the switch happened. I don't know when it happened. I don't know why it happened. Um, I stopped fearing of being held accountable and started fearing not being accountable to myself and to others. Um, I realized that fear of never making a mistake was becoming fear of taking the first step, and so I never would. And I stopped fearing that, and it still crops up from time to time. It took me 8 years to make my first video, and I've been talking about this since I got out. But for the most part, I've been able to put a different onus, a different reward slash consequence on my fears, especially my fear of being perfect. Um, Now my fear isn't of being perfect. My fear is quitting until I am perfect, which I know that's never gonna happen, and no one's perfect. It's not attainable. But I can get pretty darn good as long as I don't quit. And as long as I don't quit, I'm not failing. I'm not running away. I'm there. And that's everything. That's not just skill based stuff. That's not, woodworking, drawing, all my hobbies. It's being a father, not running away, when I had to make a choice that my daughter didn't like, and she's got those big old tears in her eyes because she thinks Papa's being mean when he's holding up his end of the rules. It's being it's not being fearful of being a bad husband. It's fearful of not being a good enough husband. My wife's pregnant right now, and I was at the doctor because I need some surgery, and they asked me what time do you need for your next appointment, and they asked is 4 okay, and I said no, it's not okay, and I said, my wife's about to give birth, and at 4 o'clock she's going to have to watch 3 kids, one of which is an infant. I'm not going to put her through that right after a birth, right after delivery. Do you have anything earlier? And the lady's all like, wow, that you're a pretty good husband to think of that. And my first thought was, that should be standard husband thinking, unless there's no other option. You should always do that. And to me, the fear of not having that mindset, not having that standard line that a husband needs to meet, that's what I'm afraid of now. And so running isn't an option. And if you feel like running away from your problems, unless they are going to injure you, unless they are going to put you through undue mental anguish or emotional anguish, don't run away. Plant those feet, lean in with your shoulder, take the brunt of it, because I guarantee you, once you take that first hit, it gets better. It does get better. And over time, as you are strengthened in your resolve, as you start holding yourself accountable, and you holding yourself up to the responsibilities that you've been given, you'll start to learn that you're stronger than you know. You're stronger than anyone around you has ever known you to be. And it's amazing. That's the best part of the self-learning journey, whatever you want to call it, of the 5 steps of my first 6 videos. Eventually, not only will you be able to stand there, but you'll be able to push it back. Because the things that were telling you to be accountable are now inside you. The things that are telling you to run away, you're telling those things to run away. I believe in you. I believe that you can make it through. I believe that you have what it takes. Even if you need a little bit of support, even if you need a little bit of help, throw it in the comment. Shoot, I believe my Facebook's connected. Shoot me a message. Contact me any way that you can possibly find. And I will support you the best way I can. I will give you, if I could pull out my spine and give it to you so you could withstand that day and stand on your own 2 feet tomorrow, I would give it to you. But I believe you don't need that. I believe that you can do it with a little bit of support and people in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm here telling you if you need me to lean on, man. Woman, child, whatever. Lean on. You can get through this. Don't let fear take away what you now have and put you back where you used to be. So I want to thank everybody that's been watching the videos. I really appreciate all the support. Um, I wish my videos got out more to more people, but everyone's got to start somewhere. So if you know anybody that could use some help, if you know anybody that can use some encouragement, please share, hit the like button, the rumble button, subscribe, whatever way that you can. You know, show a little bit of support. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want a shout out, let me know and give me your name. If you have a question, I will try to answer it in the next video. Or if you just want to talk, I'm here for that. If we're gonna change the world, we need to change ourselves. But along with that, we need each other more than we ever knew. I hope you have a good day, and I hope that you stay blessed.